I was like, I don't think you ever said anything this wild on the podcast, bro.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Right
This is by far the most egregious episode we've ever recorded.
Legit, and I'm kind of looking at you like
pulling out. And
you're looking at me different.
No, I'm just like, this is coming out of your face. This is coming all of it coming out.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that
That's like saying, oh, a basketball player who's good at basketball. Why do you always just show back? Because that's what I'm good. That's my skill. That's your skill. That's your superpower.
But you wouldn't take like a girl like on a first date, like, where do you want to go? And we'll be like, okay, you know the park down on 9th and 5th?
Bro.
We're going to go there and you're going to see me swat a motherfucker.
Listen, bro. Listen, you might just have a basketball game set up. Oh, wait, these kids happen to want to play a game of 1-on-1. Who am I to say no? And you just beast mode them. She's like, oh, you're such a stallion.
Stallion. Have you ever had a girl call you a stallion?
I wish. So this is me projecting.
Oh, this is you projecting.
Putting in the atmosphere. Maybe one day my girlfriend would be like, you're a stallion. I'd be like, my life is complete.
Can't you just ask her to call you a stallion?
No, because now it's not the same, right? I want it earned. I want to earn that title. Because if I ask you, that's some sucker stuff, man.
But what if it's not even in the girl's vernacular? Stallion. You have to teach the girl stallion. You have to show
Maybe I might show up a series of horses and Mustangs.
Oh, you're trying to like teach her subconsciously.
I might allude to the conversation. We might watch, I don't know, a horse movie and be like, what do you call that version of
Please, an example of a horse movie.
Can you name just one horse movie? Any movie? How about any movie with a horse?
Because Seabiscuit, boom.
Oh,
okay. That is a horse movie.
I was scared. I knew it was coming up.
That's
and I
a
was
good
like,
horse movie.
But did they say the word stallion once in that movie?
No, Seabiscuit was, what did they call him?
It's a mare or something?
Attaboy.
Listen,
mare.
that was a random toss. I didn't want to let him down.
And that was Tobey Maguire was in that movie, and I don't know if girls really like Tobey Maguire. So if anything, it would turn a girl off to see Tobey
Isn't that
Maguire.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, no, people love Tobey Maguire.
But after Spider-Man 3, was he really a sex symbol?
Especially after that dancing.
Did you see him in that movie Brothers with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No, but he...
Oh, so good.
Really
Not
good?
like a sex symbol, but really good acting.
Wait, when was this?
That was like when he goes to the army and then his brother like falls in love with his wife who's back home. And then he comes home and it's like a big deal. And then he's like, don't you know what these hands can do? And it's like...
I've seen some movie clips.
Okay, I'll give you that.
From that movie.
It's dope.
Yeah, but I've never been called a stallion before. I don't know. I've been called cute. I've been called handsome. I've been called charming. But rarely am I ever called anything that... would boost my ego in a sexual fashion. It's everything that I'm like complimented on is very wholesome. Which like I'll take the damn compliment.
Amen.
But look at you, man. Look at the way you're sitting. You are just
Exuding confidence.
excreting sex. Is
I'm
what
trying to
excreting something.
What was it? What was that one thing? Coming in a can?
Coming in cans.
That's what it is, bro.
Can of comes?
Connecticut can come.
The Connecticut can't come.
Do you guys want to tell the listeners a little bit about what that is?
No,
or?
they have to wait to see the commercials because we have a business idea that we can't let them steal from us.
Right?
So,
NDA. We signed NDAs prior to coming on.
Okay.
but just know, guys, CCC is having a whole new meeting.
Okay. Well, good luck, and hopefully your future endeavors will bring you fame and fortune. But well, let's just start off this fucking episode because I'm so excited. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome
to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. We have a very, very special guest here in the studio, a good friend, an actor, and someone that is going to bring fame and fortune into all of our lives because we're gonna ride your tailcoats.
Do it.
You will bring honor to your family.
To your family.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Sharmaarke Purcell in the studio. Dude, you're looking thick, man. Like your bicep looks like a 3D movie. One flex away from hitting me in the face.
I have never been complimented as thick, and I have been madly flattered now. Now I know what girls feel like. I'm like,
you're covering your titties now.
Right? I'm like, oh, my heart's fluttering. I'm
looking at
face. Sheesh.
Well, that's not how I talk to women. I don't really go up to a girl and call them thick.
You got to. You got to be like, damn.
Sometimes. Some girls would like it.
Have you guys called a girl thick before?
No. Yeah, is that right? No. My
Because
girlfriend.
it's
No, but
risky.
you should do it.
Yeah, your girlfriend. I can
do
call
it.
my girlfriend thick.
But you can definitely do it.
But like up to like a stranger, you can't just walk up to a girl and
I
be
think
like,
actually, honestly, I take it back. I think I could. I think I could deliver it in a good way.
okay. If Sharmaarke is a female right now, walking down the streets of Walnut Creek, you
Okay,
see
but
her.
it wouldn't. Ugh. Okay, so no.
Damn.
Let me set
I'm
up.
a hook.
No. To the scenario.
looked at me
To the
and said,
scenario.
"Ugh."
Because I wouldn't walk up to some random girl walking down the street and just be like, "Hey, pretty mama." Like it would have to be in the scenario. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here's where it is.
Okay.
We're in a cool lounge on the top of a hotel. I am wearing a white tuxedo jacket with black pants and a bow tie. red flower. She is wearing a sleek, form-fitting silver dress with a slit almost all the way up her leg to her thigh.
Bondish.
She is sipping her pink martini, and I'm drinking my whiskey, and I slide right over to her, and I just go, "Hey, thick mama, what you doing over here?" And she goes, "Let me whisper in your ear." And then we start dancing, and then I take her.
Oh, she's one of the yin yang
I
twins.
was like, and immediately the Yin Yang Twins come out of nowhere, start singing.
Hey, this is my life, guys.
You're right. The nerve of us.
Anyways, that's how I met my wife.
Oh, really? Please. Oh, you got married since the last episode?
Yes, and divorced.
Oh, congratulations and my condolences.
Joke is, you switched them.
Oh, that's what it is. Good joke right there. All right. Sharmaarke, for the listeners that don't know who you are, what is a quick synopsis of who you are? Like, tell them who you are.
I would say I'm an entrepreneur.
Ooh.
Boom, right? Sprinkle that
Certified.
sauce.
Damn, dude.
Sauce.
And what do you entrepreneur? That's the verbiage of it, right?
It sounded right to me. I didn't correct it.
You entrepreneur.
That's okay. We'll take it.
Yeah.
It.
I entrepreneur, he entrepreneurs, we
We're all
she.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't want to say something cheesy like visions.
I would have bought it. I that sounds cool.
Right? But I was like, but how
Ophthalmology.
would you? Right? How would
Nice,
you?
yeah.
How you look like you studied. Honestly, I would just say, I'm an entrepreneur in the concept of entertainment.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay. Yeah.
yes.
Entertainment,
You've done a lot in the entertainment industry.
safe to say.
And ever since I met you, I want to go like a little bit step by step. We used to work together, and you are one of the most intimidating people I've ever met.
Wow. How?
Because your stature, you just look so cool. You take up half the hallway when you walk down it. So I am forced to stick to the wall.
Don't even need the other side. I'm like, you ain't walking. You can wait
I hope that's how you walk down the
I should now. I should. Like,
Fists out?
You can wait. You can wait
Everybody
your
look
turn.
at me. Everybody look at me.
Aggressive windmills. Wait your turn. Okay.
And then I stopped being intimidated by you when we were both in the restroom, urinal to urinal.
Yep.
And I
have
was
to
still
let you back
intimidated.
down.
Your stream sounded strong. Very scary. I
was
wasn't
just
even able to
squeezing
pee.
my water bottle, bro. I had it in my pocket.
Oh, that's what it was?
All it was.
And after he stopped peeing, he let out one big fart. And I was like,
did.
this guy is cool.
You're like,
This is my
gets
guy.
it. This guy
I
gets it.
did, bro. I was like, why are we in the bathroom? We're still trying to be all coy. I was like, look, I got to fart. This is happening.
That's the place to do it, man. You can't judge somebody for farting in the urinal. That's the place you're
Whole
supposed
point,
to do
right?
it.
Isn't that what
Yeah.
society tells you? Go in the bathroom if you got to excuse yourself. I'm like, I excuse myself all the way, so.
And it makes
All the
you
All the way.
it
That
makes you
rules
look
an
so
excuse.
confident. Like I get so
You
what
think
is,
that was a power move? Like as soon as he did that, you're like, oh man, this guy owns the room.
in two different ways.
That's what's up.
I was no longer intimidated, but I did form a level of respect after he had farted after the pee.
Just started clapping.
Yeah.
As I walk out. I like
But
that guy.
weirdly,
That man's got class.
Got something going on for him.
I got more gun shy. What is the psychology of being gun shy in a bathroom?
Oh, wait. I never heard that. It's like with your penis?
Yeah, with my
like the
penis.
peeing, yeah.
I
Yeah,
just can't pee. Sometimes if someone's peeing next to me.
No. That's
I get
fair,
gun shy
'cause
in troughs.
I do the same thing because I'm like, I don't, the way bathrooms, oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. But the way certain places, thank you, the way certain places bathrooms are, they're like next to each other. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't need to be over here like hearing your business or potentially like if I see you over here holding an elephant, I'm like, I'm gonna go in the bathroom now.
Yeah.
And think about my life.
That's
But
why I
it's
pee in the
just-
sink.
Right. I just go outside and pee on myself like, yeah, we're gonna just do this.
You
Just
guys
let
like
it-
this? He made me do it.
You made me do this.
This is your fault with that hog in your
Damn
hand.
you, society.
Everything you
Feels kinda
guys are
good.
saying, power moves, but extremely disgusting.
It is, bro. But that's
Aren't all power moves extremely disgusting?
you got to.
No,
you gotta
some
flex.
have to be charming.
You got to put it on the table.
Is that a penis?
It could be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want. He said hog. It could be whatever. Unroll that thing.
And once again, I'm intimidated by you again.
Yeah, we don't ever unroll anything in our bodies. It's
What?
actually like, yeah, we have a tough time not peeing on our balls.
Okay.
I'm Asian. Yeah.
First of all, we got to go back real quick, though. I was intimidated because he walked in like James in the fucking Jack
Giant
the Giant
Peach?
Killer, bro. He just walked in 9'7". I was like,
my
this
God.
guy's
I see.
fucking big.
I don't think I'm that tall. And whenever I meet people who are like somewhat close to my height, because of where my eyes are, I'm always like, oh, they're so much taller than me. And then like I'll see a reflection or a photo, and I'm like, oh no, we're like the same height. But that being said, we do have a couple of friends who are significantly taller than me, and so I don't see myself as like a tall man. I mean, I know I'm over 6 feet,
Right.
but I don't.
Because the average height is what? Like maybe 5,
think it's
5'8"?
6 feet.
Okay. in America. That's the average size. No. I'd say like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
probably.
Sure.
I want to say that. I almost want to Google
Please
it, but I feel
don't.
like that's the average, right?
I don't know.
Jesus.
The way you guys are reacting, I'm going to say no because I'm clearly the minority here.
It's like,
guys are gonna
my man lives in a world amongst giants. You know, the average is 6'7".
Yeah.
I just don't want you guys to take me out at the knees, okay? Like,
This
be
guy's
careful.
trying to
This guy
victimize
got some
himself
nerve.
for being tall.
Right?
It
He was
sucks
like-
being tall. I can't
Such
be
a hard life.
I can't be a pilot for the Air Force.
That sucks.
Too big for the cockpit.
Oops.
I'll
That's
never
a
be able to
thing?
fit in a submarine. I won't be able to be a submariner.
Okay, check that off.
I'm too tall to go in a water barrel over Niagara Falls.
I'm upset that you had this argument ready to go.
Yeah.
Like,
You know-
this is like someone has come at you with this before. And
My mind works so fast, sir.
I respect it. Damn.
Yes.
How many times have you gone to arguments where being too tall was a crime?
Well, that one time in Croatia.
Flashback ensues.
You're too tall.
Yeah, and he goes, and here I am now.
Dude, if you went to the Philippines and you saw how short the motherfuckers over there are, you would feel like Willy Wonka amongst all of the Oompa Loompas.
Damn.
Oh, I'm down.
I
I
was
wanna
like,
try
where's
that.
this going? But I like that.
No, that's what it is. We are small people, and so Filipinos are known to be very artistic and creative because we compensate for a lot of other things,
Really?
i.e. height and whatnot. Yeah, go to the Philippines, you go into any bar, we're probably singing karaoke. That's why we all like
That being
to
said,
sing.
the Filipinos have a crazy way with basketball.
Yes.
For how short they are, they
Yeah.
love their basketball.
Yes, they love it. They are fast. Whenever the Olympics come, the Filipino team, they bring it.
Oh, they got in like a fist fight with the Australian team a couple years ago. Did you see that video?
No, I did not.
Oh, it's awesome. They go ham against the Australian team and they start
they throwing
fist fighting.
hands, though? I like-
Yes, they are throwing bombs.
I respect that.
It's very impressive.
Because I hate when I see fights and they're just out here just doing wild stuff. I'm like, I need you to connect. I need you to make these hits matter. If you're
Yes.
connecting, I'm like, all right.
Have you been in a fight before?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I said that way too confidently.
Very
I should have just been
confidently.
like, no, I don't.
Are
No.
you a calculated fighter? Or do you go like all red and like you are just?
No. I'm not that guy. I used to be, but then I was like, that gets you nowhere fast. But now it's one of those situations where it's like, I have to be very understanding of the circumstances. Like if I get to a point of fighting somebody, that means all versions of communication have been broken down. Like I can't talk to you anymore. That I've tried everything. I've exhausted all the avenues.
Yeah.
Which means that now I have to just beat that ass because you have reached a level of disrespect that conversation can't bring us back from.
Yeah.
So, and I've never gotten like that with somebody recently.
Yes.
Like that was like back when I was like, 21, 18. So, you're young and you're dumb. You're just like, yeah, you swing everybody.
Honestly, that's the time to fight.
Yeah, you get out of your system. So
Do it
you
when
don't
you're
wanna
young.
Be, you don't be 41 like, God, I'm going to punch somebody. Like, you
Honestly,
go to jail, sir.
if I got in a
forever.
fight right now, I would be hurting for weeks.
Absolutely, bro.
Right? I would be in so much pain. Like my back would be hurting, and I'd be like, I don't know why my back hurts.
I wasn't even punching the back.
No, I'd be like,
my arm.
yeah, I'd be strained from like throwing a punch or something. I'd be like, you know what it is? It's my fucking like inside
Right?
my shoulder blade. And people are gonna be like, wow, dude, that's honestly why I don't want to get in fights.
Yeah,
anymore.
I'd probably get sciatica in mid
the
fight.
most old person disease.
Dude, I've gotten sciatica
Your
before.
sciatic nerve flares up.
My
buddy?
sciatic nerve was pinched when I was trying to do insanity years ago.
Yo, you'd be surprised, bro.
You gotta do more yoga.
Dude, yeah, I'm very not flexible. I cannot touch my toes without bending something. And
Your elbows.
something
Your
has
arms
to
are
bend.
so long.
But it kind of sucks. And so definitely if I were to be in a fight, I wouldn't be because I've never been in a fight before. Really? So if I were to be in a physical altercation, I would be probably the opposite of calculated. I would go all red and I would just be swinging up a storm.
You'd flail.
I would look like Sharmaarke, like walking down a hallway.
Nice. Way to bring it
You
back.
wait
Way to
your
bring it
turn.
back.
I like that.
Professional podcaster right there.
Oh, thank you very much.
Solid.
But that's it's something that I've been craving to do in a weird way, but in a healthy
Yeah,
fashion.
here's the way to do it. Let's go to like a boxing
Yeah,
ring.
go
We'll
box.
get you some headgear and some like 10-ounce gloves. It's gonna be like playing with Rock'em Sock'em Boppers.
Right.
And you know what, dude? Like we'll teach you a
Sparring
couple of
matches.
combinations, and we'll go half speed, and you can get a couple of pops in and feel a punch on the chin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Okay, if I were to be in like one of those celebrity fights, like Logan Paul and Jake Paul have been in,
Well, hang on, they're kind of legit. Let's more like Aaron Carter and Lamar Odom.
sure, I'll
That's
take
more
that.
your speed.
Who is a celebrity?
Disrespect.
No, it's not. It's honesty. I'm a
I hear
realist.
what you're
Please.
saying.
I'm a
It's my
realist.
what
first
you're
fight.
saying.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take no
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
disrespect
Touche,
from
touche.
it.
Okay.
Him without a shirt looks just like Lamar Odom without a shirt.
Me without a shirt, I look like one of the gorillas from Tarzan.
No, you
say
have
that.
perfect. You have really good. I don't want to get distracted by this, but you have pretty decent chest hair. Anyways,
Thank you. That's why I'm saying, like, have you seen my chest before?
I've seen it.
He's a great chest.
I've definitely peeped it. I'm like,
He's
look
a great
at that,
chest.
Look at that landscape.
Thank
it's like
you.
a chest that they would draw for Hercules in a cartoon.
Yeah. You have like that 80s like Italian macho guy vibe.
Yes,
I'm like,
the pecs,
Yeah.
the hair.
like the quintessential tough guy. I'm
It's
like,
kind of tan. It's like light enough for people not to hate.
Got a nice
yeah.
olive look to it. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
he's out there.
These are
Calamari
crazy
olive.
compliments right now.
Hey, I'm just saying,
I appreciate
bro.
it.
I'm
You
just
said
saying.
like a macho guy
Yeah,
from
like
the 80s?
the old school 80s machos guy. You know, they're just like they walk like this.
I think he's talking about Macho Man Randy Savage.
Hey,
No,
I'll take
honestly,
that too.
you kind of do have chest hair like Macho
You
Man.
know, that was hot 40 years ago.
Honestly, it's only not hot now because men like myself can't grow chest hair. And so we've taken hold of the media and we've decided to tell everybody that dad bods are in and that, you should like
the
people
norm.
with hairy nipples.
Well, let's make society like my body type then. I think
They
I have
do.
a premature dad bod. I don't know, dude, because I get all these compliments that you guys are telling me, like you
men.
guys have a big chest. It's always from men, and I don't know if me being in a long-term relationship counteracts the possibilities that.
To a degree. Maybe not the whole, but to a degree.
Okay, yeah, so probably that, but. I mean, nonetheless, I do feel confident. It does help that I got homies like you guys to like really hype me up, like
got you, bro.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
own little personal little Johns, you know?
Well, we can tear you down now for a little bit too, if that helps.
No, please, no,
You should. Oh,
no. I
He's
would,
gearing up.
I would not like that.
where's my
at all.
book? Where's my notebook?
So, Sharmaarke, let's talk a little bit more about you.
Sorry, because we definitely pivoted hard.
No, this is great. I mean, I feel I can. This is your first time meeting Alejandro,
Yeah.
and
Awesome
I
guy,
can
by the
already
way.
tell that he's very comfortable. He likes to use this term when we meet people or when we're with people. He calls them our people,
That's what's up.
and
Did I get that yet?
you earned it. Probably 5 seconds into meeting each
high
other,
five.
you guys had like a good chemistry.
That's what's up.
And that brings me ease because I don't feel like I have to
Try too hard.
or interview. This feels very organic.
Just to kind of piggyback off of that, that's why I say sometimes people just to talk.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you just talk, things will come out of it.
Yeah.
And then you can go off of that. When you have that dialogue and you kind of get to see where everyone's at, you can kind of gauge where the conversation can go. And then you can see where that person's mind's at. So you know how to cater it or tune it. But if you're just quiet, you don't know where you're going to go. You kind of just like, you
Yeah.
don't know how to start if you don't initiate.
Yes. Isn't it crazy like how the art of conversation is kind of this dance?
It's a skill.
It is. And especially when you turn on these bright lights or we have these microphones and we're recording this for all eternity, it does kind of heighten the stakes and it can form like inorganic social tendencies.
That's what you're saying.
But with you, I mean, I feel so relaxed. Like my OCD's not flaring, and I'm not thinking about the cameras. I'm not thinking about the lights. Well, now I am.
I was going to say pre-show you were very, very calm. Far more calm than I ever see you with a guest.
Yes,
Including your mother.
she was.
She was difficult. She was.
That snippet you guys showed was hilarious, bro.
I'm Rosemary Baltazar. I am a mom. I'm a mother of 2 plus 4, 5 pets and Alex.
Yes, I'm
And
with the
I'm
pets.
a mother of everyone. Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is What was your first question?
My-
when your
I'm-
dad kissed me?
That seems like.
It can't be that bad, yo.
Yo, it can't be that bad. Yo.
We didn't make you. God made you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hot here.
I
Yeah,
told you.
see? And you
Oh
told-
no, actually I'm cold.
Do you want to tell us how you and Dad kissed?
Of course, lips to lips.
That's how it works.
I love
Dude,
you.
she's a diva.
Hey, that was hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I legitimately was like, yo, what is happening right now?
I'm asking the same questions too. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, your mom's fire, though. She's fire, bro.
She
Great. That was
is.
a great
She's
episode.
fire.
She was fun. Shout out to my mom. Thank you for making me, and thank you for
Gang.
doing the damn thing of parenting me. I think I turned out okay.
That's what's up.
That damn thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You are a multifaceted actor as well.
Yeah, man.
Tell us some of the things where our friends could find you.
Well, right now my film, wow, I'm trash right now. Pick a side. Boom.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pick a side. It's gonna be premiering, and they're gonna have a viewing on the 24th, the 25th, and the 27th. Unfortunately, it's not till like the average individual.
Yeah.
It's just meant to cast members and individuals who are like familiar with the cast members' family, i.e. things like that.
That
And
makes
then
sense.
we get to bring them in to watch with us. But it's insane because I put up a snippet that the producer and the director sent me of me on screen. And hopefully you guys get to that point. It is the most surreal thing
I
to
can
see
imagine.
your
Yeah.
face on a screen. And I'm like, oh, I was literally watching, I don't know, like whomever actor it was, I was on the screen, like, oh, clapping and applauding. And I'm like, holy shit, that's my face.
Yeah.
That's me.
I did
Face
see
is
that
bigger than
story.
me.
It's literally quite literally and figuratively. And it's just like, it's such a surreal feel. And I loved it because I was like, okay, something's working. Something's working. So let's just keep honing in on whatever I'm doing and just magnify it and just keep pushing down on it, right? Like if you wake up and you're like, oh, I did 20 push-ups and you're starting to see those gains, let me keep those push-ups because it's clearly
Yes.
working. And I'm like, oh, I like this feeling. This is a good, flow, excuse my language. And let's keep it up. I don't know if we can do that. I
No,
don't
Mark,
know.
we'll
for
edit that
sure
out.
can.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
we'll
go
beep
ahead.
that.
All right. Yeah. So it was it's just a great feeling. So I'm super excited for that.
Ever since I've known you, you've always had this mentality of great work ethic, of grinding and
Yeah.
seeing it through until you see results,
Yeah.
which is lacking in the minds of today's society and today's youth, since everything is so fast
Fast
with
in
like
media.
this realm of TikTok and people grew up with Vines, which are just straight up 6-second videos. People want fast results
Yeah.
without putting in the work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you have always been that individual that defied those rules of society where all these people are trying to cut corners and they're trying to find hacks of how to gain fame.
Right.
And they're sacrificing quality to get that fame. But with you, you've never sacrificed quality for anything. You've always kind of did what you thought was great for you
Right.
and created products that were great in general that you think that people would love and that you loved.
Right.
And now you're finally seeing results. And as aspiring comedians that we are and people that want to get further into the entertainment industry, I gotta say, just watching you on social media and what you post, it is so incredibly motivating.
Thank you.
And it's nice to see one of our own doing the damn thing, man.
One of our own, bro. So I'm part of the own now, bro.
Dude, you are part of this pack.
Wolfpack.
I was gonna howl. I don't know if we do that, bro.
Oh, we could howl.
Can we howl?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Damn. I was like, my man was in the background, like, all right.
He's a dying wolf.
He's
He
a
looks
dying
like a
wolf.
I'm
dying
the
wolf.
alpha.
He's
I
the
don't
alpha.
have to howl loud. I'm the alpha.
Is that really what alpha wolves do?
No, actually, I don't know. I just,
Okay. Alejandro fact number 1.
He was just that was a power move. He was just letting it hang behind him while he's walked through the snow. He was letting us know.
I do know that the alpha of the wolf pack does walk last in the pack.
Because he protects the rest in case there's any other
Yeah,
animals that come
he's
for
there
the
to
watch
watch
to pick him off. Yeah, bro. He's a big brother.
So naturally, when I'm hanging out with folks, I'm usually last.
That's because you're panting
Meaning
because
I'm
your asthma's
alpha.
flaring.
That's true. But the joke was that maybe my asthma is just forcing me to be alpha because I'm
Asthma,
watching.
alpha. Yeah, okay. I get it now.
you
were
get it.
forced into the alpha role.
Honestly, the
Asthma's
asthma.
Latin for alpha.
It's derived from that.
Hey, shut the fuck up. That is not true.
That's fire. Run with it. I like
If
it.
you are learning English, listeners out there, do not take any pointers from this guy.
I would love to meet the person who's learning English by listening to our podcast.
Fire.
Because they are going to have the
Asthma,
craziest.
Little would you know,
fucking-
they're from Croatia, apparently.
Oh, hell yeah.
Full circle.
He's coming back to find me.
Sidebar, my asthma has been weirdly one of my contributing charming factors. For some reason, whenever I talk about, in the past when I was single, whenever I'd bring up my asthma, for some reason, girls would find that appealing. And I don't know much about women. I'm not that good with them, but I would notice their body language change. And maybe it's something about me, like,
It's more like nurturing.
No, yeah, they think you're about to die, so they got to save you.
is that...
Maybe it's like cute, like, oh, he needs our help.
Yeah, yeah.
nurturing.
Maybe that's what it
You
is.
know?
I think there's
Their
something
mom
about like
hormones flare up.
their maternal instincts come in.
What did I say?
I like that one. The mom
Same thing.
something
Mom,
flare up.
mom hormones. Mormones.
Stop it. Stop it. But maybe it is because is there something about making yourself vulnerable that is appealing to others, and why is that?
I think, yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's for sure a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you seem more human. You're more
Yeah.
you're more relatable, right?
Yeah.
Because like specifically women, I'm not, and this is just me just going off on my own assumption. I would argue that women are a bit more sensitive, they're more emotional because not only do they have the hormones, but society conditioned them to a certain extent to be more maternal, X, Y, and Z. So for you to relate in a way for them to kind of like understand, which is more emotional and empathetic, that draws a level of comparison and like a level of connection where you're like, oh yeah, we resonate on the same level. Because how do guys talk? You know, yo, what's up, bro? It's on a machismo kind of vibe to a certain extent. And you know, and a lot of guys aren't really like, how do you feel? I feel like shit. You know, guys normally don't do that. So that level where you can connect with the opposite sex with the language that they resonate on, that's probably where they're like, oh, okay, we see that comparison. We can see eye to eye to a certain extent, right? So that's my theory.
I think that's a good take on it, though. I've never heard it in that fashion. I've always understood that like there was always something appealing about being vulnerable, right? Which is, like you said, it's a newer thing in today's society since men were conditioned throughout history in society to just not show emotions, not show affection or anything like that.
I think women like vulnerability because it shows that here's a man that they can prey on, as opposed to a man who shows that they're strong and the woman thinks this is a man who can lead the pack.
He's been hurt. He was hurt in the past. I don't know if you can tell.
That sounded like a hurt response. That sounded awful hurt. I was like,
I've
ooh.
never been able to heal from it, actually.
That's
it's such
fine,
a gaping wound.
It's a birthday today. Pops it.
Why is it though that it's like you've gotten better in the past like 2 years?
Yeah,
though?
therapy and Prozac, baby.
Hey, that's
what's up.
there you go. And I love the transparency, and you are making growth. And
That's what's up, man.
yes.
Way to handle it.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Did you grow up with a lot of women?
Yeah, I have 4 sisters.
Four.
Wow.
That's right. You have 4 sisters.
So I have a very hands-on perspective of that viewpoint. Yeah. So a little bit of tidbit, and no one say sorry ahead of time.
Sorry.
Thank you. My dad had Alzheimer's, and that he already said ahead of time, so no need for anyone else to say it. I saw you.
welcome.
You were, it was like at the bottom of your throat. I saw you wanted to say it.
No,
but
that's
yeah.
my asthma.
Okay, touche. Kicking in. All right. He was like,
No,
alpha,
he said Alzheimer's.
alpha.
Listen.
Yeah, my dad had Alzheimer's, and so I was literally like the dad, for lack of better words, of my family, and so I had to fill in that role, and I didn't know how to be a guy. I didn't have a dad, and from the moment that we were there, his mind would go in and out, and because of that, I never had that relationship with my dad. Not because like he wasn't around, but just obviously dementia.
It was different. Yeah.
Exactly. So with that, my mom would then try to fill in with that role, but her being a mom, she had her perspective of how she was raised and her woman perspective, and so I had a lot of female influence, thank you, to kind of give me a perspective of how to see things. So that, coupled with how I started to like grow into my manhood, for lack of better words, gave me a very, I feel, well-rounded perspective on how to view both sides. Like I have no problem talking to women because I was raised by 4.
Yeah.
I literally got the cheat codes and was like, just up, down, A, B, A, B. I was like, got it, done. And that was it. So I was just like, all right, cool, that works. And so that's why sometimes having those conversations, it's an easier like transition.
Sorry, that's a really good analogy.
I was like, bars. I was like, I'm going to give this fuego dialogue.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so for me, it's just like having that transition, that understanding helps it easier for me to kind of transition in, because I'm like, okay, I get it to a certain extent without having to be you. I see it from your perspective because I was shown that perspective for 31 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I connect with you a lot on that because I have a lot of cousins. My grandparents had 10 children, and each of those 10 children had 3 or more kids. That's like 30 kids in one household during one family party.
No television in that house.
oh, wow.
No, for sure television in there. He's making it seem like I grew up in immense poverty or something.
I just mean like they had nothing else to do. That's why they
I
had
was
so
like,
many
you got to
kids.
be
They were
best
bored.
friends, bro.
Oh,
Jesus.
you're talking about my grandparents' household.
Yeah.
That
That
makes more sense.
Okay,
that makes more sense. I thought you were saying in the household that I grew up in.
No, sir. This studio's in your household that you grew up in.
I was kind of going to. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. See, you were resonating on like an A+ level. We were over on B- levels, bro.
Honestly, I hadn't said anything in a little while, so I just needed to make something. I didn't want the listeners to forget that I'm here.
They never forget that you're there. You
don't know.
Your presence is heavy. Anyway, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, I took it as a compliment.
All right, you heard that? You were satisfied. That's alpha satisfaction. Alpha satisfaction.
Don't feed his
I got you, bro.
alpha ego.
I got you because I'm low key like I fuck with Alejandro, but I really like you guys, bro. So I'm just like,
Thank you.
I really rock with y'all.
You know,
So, like, we're here.
I know that I start to really enjoy the conversation. I'm really excited by the look of my glasses because it's really
fogging
foggy.
up. Yeah, because it's a lot of heat.
Mine don't fog up.
It's a lot. Well, no one could ever really tell, and I have a bigger face than you. That's what it is.
Anyways, what were we talking about? We weren't talking about glasses.
I didn't know there was a science. To
I
this.
grew
It's
up with a lot of women. About 90% of my cousins are women. I only have like 1 or 2 male cousins that are within my age range. And so I easily grew up with a lot of girls and learned how to talk their lingo. Just like you said, I learned the cheat codes early, right?
Up, down, A, B, man.
Because I would get my ass beat if I were to talk back to any of my female cousins or anything like that, any of my aunties and whatnot. And so that... I brought that into my everyday social life, and it affected me in one of 2 ways. Either it was it worked out. I was very It's working out much more now that I'm older because let's just say it this way: girls don't like douchebags when after college.
But like after.
After
yeah.
In high school, like it did not work out for me. I was always like the best friend that they always confided in regards to who they liked, right? Or they thought I was, feminine or gay, and just because I spoke my mind
because you were nice,
or I put too many smiley faces in a text message, something like that.
He must be weak. He must be a beta male. Like, no, not at all.
The show a beta.
He's a
I don't want to date him.
Right? Like no.
Yeah, but then it changed once I grew a neck and a jawline after losing weight.
That also coincided with him gaining confidence, though.
Okay,
yeah,
touche.
And he doesn't like that I gained that confidence.
It's not that I don't like that you gained confidence.
He misses Fat Christian.
Fat Christian was fun. We could play with his boobies, and he would buy us lunch, and he would take us out.
His discrepancy,
At
though.
my
At
discrepancy.
his, though. That's not fair.
At my expense.
Okay, touche.
Was not fair. But now you're a little upset at the paradigm shift of me becoming more.
For a little while, I was. At first, when you lost all your weight and started wearing suits better than I could, and he cut his hair very similar to the way I used to comb my hair.
Hey.
Fair?
No, not fair.
Oh, you disagree.
Just because growing the top and fading the sides, you don't own that haircut.
I didn't say I owned that haircut, but it was the pompadour.
Yes, I liked pompadours.
Okay, anyway, that's beside the point. I'm not trying to get you upset. That's beside the point. It's just hot in here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get into this.
Was it everyone's hairstyle in the 60s or something?
I also brought back Converse, but that's a whole different
Shut
thing.
the fuck up. No.
I was like, sir, the whole brand? The whole brand?
No, specifically Chuck Taylor, specifically the high top
Sir.
Chucks.
No.
I would argue the entire South, LA kind of did that thing way before, bro.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why you're trying to take credit away from
fire.
an entire company.
That is a confident move. That was he said it so confidently, bro.
Yes.
So confidently.
I've been friends with him for so long that
You got to respect that.
I don't.
That
I've
level of
stopped.
confidence?
I don't.
I've stopped.
I don't
That
respect
level
him
of
at all.
confidence, bro.
I disrespect it now.
But listen, check it out. Check it out. If he was a salesman and he was pitching something,
I do.
That unabashed, yeah, that just happened. And you're kind of like, wait, is he serious? And he's just like, yeah, that just happened. And you're like, well, fuck, maybe he's serious. And he walks out, bullshit, but we got the deal.
Yes.
To a certain level, I'm like, lucky now, we're just like, bullshit.
It's respect.
That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
But
It is.
You got to respect that.
To a stranger, yeah, he could sell. He could sell anything.
And sell ketchup popsicle to a lady in white
I'm about to
gloves.
say, sell salt to a snail. Goddamn.
Dry air to a mermaid.
Dry air to a... Damn, I was going to say a fart in a can joke, but I can't. That was too far.
How about cum in a can?
Come in a can too.
Connecticut can't come.
There's probably gonna be some porn stars who are like, we should probably re-up on our cum. Because for some reason,
I did read somewhere, and I'm so sorry,
fire.
Mom, if you're still listening, but I did read somewhere that on pornos that they almost never use real cum.
What?
Yeah, that it's almost always fake.
What's the
I
concoction?
know some of the Gonzo stuff. I'm like, no one's firing off shots this
Yeah,
rapid.
it's usually fake stuff
No.
because one, for like the health of the female actress and the male actress,
Touché.
whoever is doing, and then also it's hard to make it happen directly on the time that you need it to,
Yeah,
in shot, in camera, in focus.
Yeah.
So they movie magic it, they fake it.
That makes sense.
sense.
I'm not really well versed in the behind the scenes for
Oh,
pornographic
that's like one of the most
sets.
fire
Yeah,
ones.
no,
bro.
that's the best
like
part
one of the most
porno.
fire ones, bro. BTS.
No, that's a band.
But
That too.
but like BTS videos.
Yeah, bro, that's fire.
What?
I
Really?
don't like
Interesting.
I don't like watching the videos where they like stop and they're like, actually, can I get a Diet Coke
No,
before we
not
keep
that.
going?
Not
yeah,
that.
no.
I like it
The
when it's
making
just,
of.
Okay,
Yeah.
I respect that. I like the BTS of, hey, we're still gonna do stuff.
Yes.
But it's the illusion of, oh, you caught us. We were really just sneaking away.
Oh, that
You
means
know?
you're falling for the script.
Wait.
That was Inception. I was probably falling for the script.
100%.
Wait, are you talking? Wait, can you talk in more detail on that? You like it when it's like, oh, you caught me.
And I think now this speaks to my perversion. All right, so this probably speaks to my perversion. I like the ideas of almost getting caught, but not getting caught.
Oh, you're the type of fucker that fucks in like.
Hey, why did you sit up and you're like, you the mother?
Because now we know.
There's
Now
a
we
few
see it.
stories, and I don't know if that's PG.
Oh, it
No, that's
all
how what
goes
this show
here.
is. Yeah, this
That's
show
what
is.
this
Yeah,
is?
it's good to go.
Okay, there was a couple. Oh, no, I can't. No, 'cause I have a girlfriend.
Oh,
Almost.
honestly,
got me.
girlfriends don't listen to our shows.
That's what's up. I'm never even going to tell my girl I was here. She's like, oh, what happened? I went to
You'll get to the first Connecticut can come and turn it off.
I'm done. I'm
Yep.
like, that's
Hey,
that's
hey,
what
I
we get
heard
rid
your
of.
podcast. It was hilarious.
Right?
Oh.
So,
I'm like, okay.
what are those stories? If it does happen to be a little too much and you want me to take it out, I can edit it out.
I'll be very vague without being too vague. So, long story short, theaters with people inside being quiet while the movie's playing.
And this is everything or just hand stuff?
Everything. That's the fire. You can't get caught. That's the fire. That's the fire. Or two more scenarios. Now I'll leave it. Beach in the daytime.
But how about sand? You don't.
Yeah, honestly, that's my first concern as well.
Okay, yeah, but you're not like frolicking doing wrestling moves where it's going everywhere. It's just
Maybe.
like
Yeah, I only know one way, buddy.
Touche, I respect that. Okay, well, my positions don't really require copious amounts of sand pouring in. It's just like
You don't do the scoop and pour?
I don't do the scoop. Let's put a little bit more cushion in there. It needs to pad it up a bit.
This
No.
You don't
help with
spit
your
on it
ex-
and
this
then
is-
throw sand
throw
in
some
there?
sand
Help with your
there.
eczema, baby.
It's flaring up real crazy down here. Let's get some sand in
That's a
there.
little bird poop. Sorry about that.
Right, sorry about that. Get some swamp
Ooh, that's
juice in
glass.
there.
Someone
Right,
has to go
right.
to the hospital after
Honestly,
that.
Not me.
I love you.
Not you, maybe her.
Hey, man. we're
I'll
done.
drop you off. I'll drop you off
Right?
at the curb.
At that point, we're done.
Okay,
And
so
what's the third scenario?
The third one was a certain person's space by a window, over the balcony, windows drawn, traffic down beneath.
whoa.
So it was like, I knew you really couldn't see me, but the idea of maybe you can see me was like,
Gets you going.
I think I'm a little bit
But
of
you've
a
never
miscreant.
you've never gone to the extent of parents' house, door open.
Whoa.
That's
You
probably
savage?
the most.
Insane
God,
power move.
no,
That's the most insane power
What are you,
move.
Thanos, man? You're
bro.
sitting there with a god like, I control destiny.
Hey, Mr. Ramirez, nice to
Oh
meet
my
you.
God. If
Oh,
you-
Mrs. Ramirez, now I see where she gets her good looks from.
If
Thank you,
did
welcome.
that, you're a god. You're a god.
Welcome
just
home, your lovely
snapped-
house you have.
Right. You're over there opening the mail.
Yes,
You got
yes.
mail.
Is that Egyptian cotton I felt on my knees?
This is beautiful fabric.
Wow.
Yo.
Let me shit in your toilet, too.
Right? Not even flush. Like, this is, I let that in there. Jesus Christ. You're a
You
savage.
guys are crazy. Not that I've ever. I mean, with the door
Way too savage.
cracked open, I've had to do it.
I give them a sliver of it.
Sliver. So a little bit of the smell comes out. So you walk by, you're like, something was going on.
Like the dad walked by, he's like, is somebody farting up here? And then he goes in there, he's like, oh my God.
Who's doing massive push-ups? It's so warm.
Hey, honey, are you
in
cooking
this room.
fish?
Oh. Is that a cherry blossom tree?
Is that a cherry blossom tree? Yo, this is getting mad out of pocket right now, bro.
Whoa.
This combo just
Let me
got
tell you my
Highly
situation.
irrelevant. Highly irrelevant.
Highly
buddy.
irrelevant. This is aggressive.
Obviously, I currently live with my parents at the moment. And in my bedroom, this is not my bedroom. I don't sleep in the studio. My
He used to.
bedroom is down the hall. And I have a very specific situation where I have a Jack and Jill bedroom that is shared with my brother's old room. And I have a cat, and the cat's litter is in that Jack and Jill restroom. And the only way the cat can go into that litter box in that restroom is through my room. So I have to leave two doors open. I have to leave my bedroom door open. I have to leave my bathroom door open.
Oh, no, don't.
I can't leave my brother's door open because for some reason the cat has developed this psychological thing where he needs to shit on my brother's bed. So we close that off to the cat.
Really?
Yes.
He
And
needs to
so-
climb on the bunk bed to
Yes.
poop there.
Yes.
It's not a bunk bed. He doesn't sleep with his brother.
Oh, touche.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a normal bed.
a normal bed. It's
Oh,
a.
sorry, 'cause you said the Jack and Jill. And I thought it
Oh,
was
Jack and Jill. So Jack and Jill rooms are like a bedroom that is connected to a bathroom that is also connected to another bedroom.
Oh, so the bathroom is the connection between the rooms.
Yes, it's like a.
Sorry,
It's a
okay.
bathroom hallway.
Got you.
essentially.
Sorry. Okay.
Ballway.
And so I at all times have to leave my door open or else the cat will shit somewhere that's not his litter box.
Nice.
And so even for like the short stints, and I have to rush it. It's not like it accidentally happens. The short stints of sex that occur, I have to leave. I have to close the door and pray to God that my mom doesn't open it. It's telling me like Snickers needs to use the restroom.
I love the voice just came out.
Oh, you're gonna meet her in probably 1 hour.
what's
So,
up.
we
But
can
can't
compare.
Snickers as a ghost go through walls and doors?
He thinks I have a ghost cat, and it's not a ghost cat. Weird theory that you're trying to
Snickers
develop
is a
into the
ghost.
show.
Is it a ghost?
I've never touched.
No,
You've never seen the cat.
I've seen it only from a distance
So then how is it a ghost? If you
because it disappears. It runs off. It goes away. I've never touched
You
it
never
with my
followed
hands.
it
I've
to
never.
be
Oh,
like-
I try. It's a fast motherfucker, but like most ghosts.
You quick beast.
The closest I ever got one time, like he was sitting there and I was like laying down and I was like trying to like crawl close to him, and I got kind of close to him, but then he screamed and dissipated like smoke. And
Caught you.
You have a threatening presence. That's what it is. With
that's right.
You
with
just
cats.
see 6'2" just crawling at us.
Yes.
Right. Meow.
Meow,
I'm one of
meow,
you.
meow, 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 meow. I'm a big cat.
Your limbs are too long to go after a cat.
That's why I don't dance.
That's terrifying.
Too tall to dance.
That'd be terrifying. You should just like lean back. Like, you're so tall, you don't have to dance. That's the thing. You can just stand.
Oh,
there.
I hardly ever dance. But if you pay them $40, they'll dance on you.
Fire, bro.
Well, what I was trying to get at is that it's hard for me to have sex in this house. But when I do, it's
great. It's fantastic.
It'd probably be your style of sex where it's just like, oh, I could get caught at any moment.
See, I can't do it in my house. I feel like for me, I'm like, that's so disrespectful, bro.
Is it?
That's so out of pocket.
Yeah, we love our parents.
I love my mom's, bro. Have you no respect, bro?
No, I mean, like, my mom said it's a natural thing. Yo, if they're having sex in this house, I for sure could have sex in
I'd
this
be like,
house.
it's their fam. If I paid the mortgage for a whole house, I am smashing everywhere. Everywhere.
I thought you were going to say I'm smashing everyone, and I was like, we need to talk about that. We need to talk about that for a minute.
Conversations
that's way
need to
different.
occur,
Everything
bro.
is changing now.
Whole conversation.
I help
bro.
pay the bills at this place, so
Okay, touche.
I've deserved a fuck or two.
You do.
Thank you very
That room
much.
is yours. You should paint those walls whatever goddamn color you want.
No, they
Attach
could
my
stay the
drips.
same. They could stay the same. I'm very clean. When it happens. I prep with a towel and everything. Anyway.
Really?
Yes.
No. Yeah, we can't speed bump over this. We're in this now. So
Okay.
I need details. What do you mean? You have towels?
Yes, in reaching distance.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because he's snickering, bro. Because I'm just like, I'm thrown off by this real quick. Wait,
Towels?
why?
Why
Wait,
not?
But,
Do you like lay him out before
yeah,
she lays
like, that's what
down,
I'm thinking.
or what?
Because you said you have towels out.
Do you
so
not like want her to sweat on your bed sheets?
No, that's fine. No, the towel is next to me. It's out and red. Like it's not in
for
a
cleanup.
cabinet.
For cleanup.
Yes,
after.
for cleanup, not during.
Because
Okay.
I thought you were like, put a towel down.
Yeah.
Then we get on the towel. I was like, sir, you don't just
I thought,
savagery.
no. I thought it was he puts the towel on him and cuts a hole in it, puts his dick through the towel, she on top of the towel, no body touching, right?
I'm trying to minimize as much body contact as
Gotta
possible.
be as clean
Hey,
as possible.
COVID's a real
I
thing,
was gonna
baby.
say COVID, right?
Actually, not after today. You can do it without the towel.
Oh, today when we are recording this, it is June 15th. All towel bans have been lifted.
I've been lifted. Okay.
But fine, we're already here. Let's get into
Let's
it
get into it.
Honestly, it's not going to get hotter in here.
because it's pretty hot in here. It's in the peak of summer. The predicament is, all right,
Damn.
we're in the middle of the episode. If you don't want to hear some gross ass shit, turn it off.
Oh,
Come
this
back
is for
later.
sure going to be near the end. We're going to do an improv scene right after this because this is intense.
Yeah, right? I was like, now I'm committed.
Okay.
We're pot committed
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
doing this, bro.
So we've all been in that situation.
Oh my God.
What?
Is it that your loads are so big you have to have a towel to clean up immediately, otherwise it just gets all over the place?
Yeah, it's the.
Is that really what it is?
Really?
So
You're low-key a savage, bro.
No,
Yeah, that's a
That's a hell of a claim,
that's a
bro.
lot of zinc in your diet. Then.
my girlfriend, she's on birth control. You know, that's do what you gotta do.
Why saying it like that?
I don't know. I just it's her business.
Because he's Catholic and
I was
it's
like,
not
her business.
It's of the devil.
But I was gonna say, you understand you're on a mic, so there's
Yes.
no way of you minimizing it.
Fine, my
The mic
girlfriend's
picks it
on
up.
birth control.
Nice. You got an IUD. You should take the
And
pill.
so she takes the pill, and so like I bust inside her, you know. And so that's the thing. And then afterwards, your mind goes from peak sex drive into
terror.
cleanup mode, terror, immense guilt, and like, what am I gonna do next?
Hang on a second. I think you may be having sex wrong because that's your immediate place for your brain. My brain goes to like, wow, that was good. This was enjoyable. Let me sit down. Maybe I can have a smoke while I'm here. I don't
hungry.
immediately go to shame and guilt.
I'm kidding. I don't
Okay,
feel
good,
shameful.
Good.
I don't feel shameful.
Because you have a beautiful chest.
Thank you. I'll take it. But it does go from this level of like, all right, that was great, but now, you know, cleanup crew Christian has to come through. And this is and I can't pull out without there being, you know, some flow.
Holy shit.
And I don't want it to get on like I don't want it to get everywhere.
Wait.
What?
Back up with that. I need to register that. You can't pull out if there isn't flow.
Oh my God.
Without there if I pull out since I just came inside, everything comes out. So This is why I strategically placed the towel close by so that I
Copy.
could grab it while I'm still inside.
Yo, you are a savage, Crisscross. This
Is this savage?
No.
This is the
just-
flexiest flex
right? I
I've
was
ever
like,
experienced
yo,
in my life.
this level of discussion.
Is this a
I need to
flex?
lay down. I need to lay down after this,
damn,
Christian.
bro.
I've never thought I would get to this point. And like,
Legitimately, I was like, I don't think you ever said anything this wild on the
way, dude.
podcast, bro.
No, he hasn't.
Out
He
of
hasn't.
pocket right
This is
now.
absolutely. This is by far the most egregious episode we've ever recorded.
Legit, and I'm
You were
kinda
talking-
looking at you like-
pulling out. In
You're
the
looking at me
flow.
different.
No, I'm just like, this is
looking at
coming
you
out of
different.
your face.
coming out of his
This is coming all of it coming out.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, yo, you're a sad right now, bro.
You know what? Hey, honestly, you run the show now.
Legit, hey, low key, you're the alpha right now.
It's Christian Baltazar's total
full circle.
bitch.
It's a circle of
Full
life.
circle.
You hit him with the Scar Mufasa. You just let him off the cliff, and he just fell.
Wow.
Now you're the alpha, bro.
I'm intimidating to other males now. Is this how you do it?
I guess next time you go into a biker bar, just tell this story.
Tell that story.
They're gonna have to sit down for 15 minutes because it took me
walk in.
forever.
And also, like, introduce yourself.
Yeah, you guys walk in and be like, "You got any towels?"
Yeah, we got towels.
Is
What
that
do you
your
need
girl?
towels for?
Yeah, is that your girl?
No, that's my mom.
Even better.
She's 94, sir.
I gotta mark my territory real quick.
Hello, Sonny. How are you? My son says you wanted to buy me a drink.
Super alpha.
And I wanted to give you a towel while I was at it.
Just says, it says you've been struck by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal. That's what all your towels say when you hand them out.
Solid. Jesus Christ.
New merch idea: towels.
You've been struck by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal towels.
Yo.
Yes.
Did you just hear what he says? New merch would be towels. Do you know how on the nose, grimily savage that is, bro? After hearing this, and you're like, we're selling towels. I'd be like, oh my God.
People are like, are these never been used towels? And then they get it, and it's like, oh my god, they've been used. They've been used.
What the fuck? And you're like, authentic Christian towels, bro.
You sign every single one.
I'm like, what? I don't know what kind of ink this is, though. It's real sticky.
I don't know why the note says Alejandro has no part in this gift. I don't understand why he's immediately regressing himself.
Bro.
Oh my
Now
god.
that's a boss move. We're selling towels after this episode.
I
Sell some
hate
towels.
how much this episode is about me, even though it is Sharmaarke
Listen, no,
on the couch right
because
now.
apparently it's always been about you. After that, this has always been your episode. I just never knew it.
Yeah, I regret ever talking about anything besides you, sir.
Absolutely.
Honestly, this should be Christian's show.
This was the most amazing come to Jesus moment. Like, wow, you're
Let's
awesome.
not use that sentence.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. I apologize.
All right,
this was
have
fine.
you ever had to,
Whoa.
do something like
Still
that
in
before?
it.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just
Attaboy.
trying to
Pun intended.
shift it to him.
I know, bro.
At this
We're on
point.
you right now, bro.
Oh
We're on
God.
you.
Tell us more about your gushy flows.
No,
Right?
thank you.
Right? He said, we ain't got no towels. It's cool. I guess I'm not pulling out then. We're here.
I'm going to sleep like
I'm going
this.
to sleep. Z.
I'm using this towel as a blanket.
Oh my God, bro. You're a savage.
I'm just playing along with you guys. This is all. Yes, it's it's a lot. This is what a podcast is. It's truly unfiltered, and
I love it.
you're welcome. You got it out of me.
I love it. No pun intended.
Sharmaarke, we're gonna do an improv scene, and then we're gonna talk about you a little bit more after
what's up,
that
man. Let's
for a
do it.
little
Usually
bit.
after the improv scene is when we get into like God and feelings and stuff.
Let's do it. I love having those conversations.
Highly relevant.
That's how we started.
Yeah, I like it.
Hello? Hello? Who's there? Is somebody in my room? Is there somebody in here? Oh my God. I have a flashlight. Ah!
Hey, babe, it's me. It's me.
my God.
We're just doing role play. Remember you told me that thing that you get turned on by burglars? I brought my friend Sharmaarke too.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing break-in fantasy scenes. We're not doing borderline rape fantasy. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. I've never had to pull up Logo on a scene. Usually I'm down for it. But we're not doing rape fantasy scene. I'm sorry.
It's not. They were on the same page. They're in a relationship. It's
Yes,
role play.
That's called rape fantasy, sir. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry.
I just want to watch.
You have
You know
to
what?
be in it at some point.
Okay.
I knew a guy who did that, too.
I was going to say, I'm real big into voyeurism.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, highly irrelevant.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
Can you take a seat at the kitchen counter real quick?
I mean, I'm in the middle of cooking these shiitake mushrooms, but I guess I can turn the stove off.
Yeah, just turn it off. Just turn it off.
I don't want them to burn, but here I go.
I've been wanting to talk about our son.
Samuel or Sim?
Sim. Samuel's doing great. He's
He's
to
in
MIT.
Harvard.
Hey guys, sorry, I heard you were talking about me.
Hey,
Sim!
Sim.
Sim, come in.
How's it going? How's it going?
I'm almost done with dinner, but your father sat me down. He said he wanted to talk to me about something that had something to do with you. So
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yeah,
Father.
It smells amazing in here. Were you cooking shiitake mushrooms?
It's your favorite shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake mushrooms and garlic.
Well, now I'm kind of shying away because, like, I
Well, don't
didn't
shy
think he was
away.
in
He's
the
right
room.
here. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on?
Son, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I found some things.
Did you find my towel?
Yes. And I tried throwing it in the washing machine, but it broke the washing machine.
I'm sorry. It's been accumulating a lot of stuff. I don't know what's been on it lately.
The towel shattered.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about my fine linen hand towels that my grandmother made back in Croatia, or are we talking about like paper towels? What are we talking about
The
here?
Croatian one from your grandma.
Op.
Sim, what are you
From
doing?
Op, yes.
What is he doing to crack our towels?
Sim, you're 13 years old, and I'm assuming that this is what I think it is.
don't
So
know
if
what
you
it
could
is.
please have a seat.
Okay, I'm sorry. A lot's
you
been on my mind.
You stood up immediately as soon as he brought up the towel. If you
was-
could sit back down, that would be nice.
You're right. Sorry, I'm 6'2", so it's just I
It's
look
very
like I'm
intimidating for a
always-
13 years old.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you.
And I need to talk to you about your hallway walking etiquette later. So
Honestly, we can't hang any posters or pictures on the walls. It's very upsetting.
you keep knocking them down with your
It keeps the
deltoids.
bears away. I'm
And then it's
sorry.
our fault that we put him up. And it's like, no, maybe put your arms down. Anyways, Sim, this isn't about the hallway walking. This is about his snot, him blowing his nose. What's he doing to these towels?
You tell us.
What are you
Sam.
doing to these towels, Sim?
I think the bigger question is, why are you guys yelling at each other all the time? What's going on with our relationship?
That's
What's
a good
going on
point.
with you guys?
He's got a great point.
Hey, don't try to flip this on us. Yes, we have our own
Why
marital
don't you love me
issues.
anymore?
I love you.
You haven't kissed me in 7 weeks.
It's been
7?
busy at work,
Oh, so busy that you can't kiss your wife? I'm going back to the mushrooms.
son.
And you know mom only cooks mushrooms when she's upset.
Son, you keep deflecting. This talk was not supposed to be about.
The only talk that needs to happen is about our family.
Yes, this is about our family talk. Thanks, honey.
This is delicious, mom.
Eat up.
Okay.
Is this what despair tastes like?
What?
I'm sorry. It's a big word for a 13-year-old.
Pardon? Sim. We haven't had the talk with you,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna come out with it. Are you splooging into your towels?
I don't know what that word means. I'm only 13, mom.
Are you
Dad.
excreting liquids into your mother's
What?
hand-me-down towels?
I would ask the same question about you with these women.
Pardon?
That's why mom hasn't been kissed in 7 weeks.
Stop. No, honey. I swear it's just a massage parlor, and it's at, I swear it's just, stop it. I love you so much, and they mean nothing
Sim,
to
pack
me.
your bags. We're leaving.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
it started off-
I knew you were cheating on me. I didn't know that you wore Chanel No. 9 and you said it was your new perfume. It's for women.
It was at the massage parlor down on 9th and 5th.
That doesn't make it better.
I came there. I was stressed
came
from my
there?
work. I didn't mean to.
Unbelievable.
I didn't mean
Unbelievable.
to.
In front of your son, no less.
But hey, this was about his towels.
This is why I learned where to splooge from you.
He got it from you.
From you.
I learned it from you, Dad. That's what he just said.
What? It's not my fault. Son, long story short, it's a natural thing if you need to masturbate into a towel. Just
Not
next
on
time, do
women,
it on
Dad.
like a...
Not on other women,
Never
Dad.
do it again, Sim. That's what I'm taking away from this. That we will
promise.
never do it again.
It was a massage parlor.
You're a massage parlor. Go get your bags, Sim.
getting them now.
Well, he's getting those bags. I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
I'm taking half of your money,
What?
the car, and the motherfucking house because you're a goddamn jerk. My mother was right.
It wasn't my fault.
As we walk out, 6 months later, Sim is coming to visit his dad on a supervised weekend visit.
Hey, Dad.
Son, pick up the phone. I can't hear you through the glass.
Hey, Dad.
Your mother put me in jail. I don't know if you knew.
I figured.
She somehow twisted it into saying that. I don't want to get into it.
I don't think she twisted anything, Dad. I think it was exactly what it was.
You did this to me, son.
I did nothing.
You did this to me. Look at that. Look me in the eye when you talk to your father.
I don't know who you are. You're not my dad.
I mean, I am the
I
same
can't look you
person.
in the eye. You can't be my dad. My dad would never do this to mom.
I didn't mean to do it. No one's letting me speak. I said I was at a massage parlor.
Lower your voice, sir. No screaming.
People only know that I was at a massage parlor. Never mind. You gotta help me out. Hey, put the phone back up to your. Put the phone back up to your face.
Inmate 278, you got 5 more minutes.
Okay, that's
Mom's
actually a
outside
lot of
waiting
time.
for me, Dad. You better tell me what you need right now.
Okay, I'm gonna need some money. right now. I've ran out of top ramen.
I'm 13, Dad. I don't. What do you mean you need money?
You get $20 for allowance every single week. I'm gonna need you to save up for about 14 weeks approximately and give me all of that cash. If not, JJ over here is going to obliterate me.
I just hope that he obliterates you well. The same way you obliterated Mom. Sorry.
Come into my cell, baby.
End scene. Okay, we're not going into that.
I was like, oh, is that Act 3?
No, that's the way it ends. That's how we do
It's an
it.
aggressive way.
Fantastic. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you for being a supportive family,
Hey,
Families.
you motherfuckers.
Efforts for family, bro. That's what we're here for.
You guys completely changed. The towel thing went from me. What?
God of the U-turn.
maybe stop bringing women to your marital bed, buddy. How about
Hey,
that? Maybe
no.
don't cheat on your wife.
What I was trying to say is that it was at a massage parlor. It started off with my stress in my back, and then
A
it
lot
wasn't
of
my
stuff
fault.
starts off one way.
You know what? Hey, stressing your dick is where I hold all of mine.
Okay.
Wow.
But hey,
You are good at that, bro. Just that switch.
Yes.
You're amazing at that.
he likes to flip things on other people.
It's really well done.
I'd like to put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Is it Yerp from a nip of frip yip?
It's Europe, Europe.
All right, Sharmaarke, let's talk more about you, man.
All right, let's do it, man.
Once again, I'm super duper splendid to have you here in the studio. Seeing you,
Is that how that word works? Super
What?
duper splendid.
yeah, I'll say whatever the hell I want.
Okay.
After that improv scene.
Going through it.
This is his podcast, remember?
It's Christian Baltazar's total bitch.
That's what's up.
Yes. Thanks for coming here, dude. It's honestly one of my favorite episodes already. I can tell because you're just you're delightful to be around, and it's been a long time since I've seen you, and I've forgotten how much of a presence you really do have in a room.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know what? Can we U-turn back to the thing when you were like, you thought I was intimidating? I don't get that because I've heard that a lot. But the irony is, maybe, I don't know if I have a resting bitch face, for lack of better words. I think I'm being super nice.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are like, oh, you intimidate me, I'm like, do you not hear me when I converse with people? Like, I
Yes.
talk the same way I talk to you. So I'm just like, how can you misconstrue that as intimidating? Or
This is
people in general?
Here's my theory. It's not necessarily. I don't think in general you have a resting bitch face at all.
Right.
I just think that
Just a bitch.
we used to work a 9 to 5 together. You know, we had a day job together, and you know, it's that kind of monotonous schedule with that type
I
of
see what you're
work.
saying.
I think weighs down on both of us.
So it doesn't draw at that natural side that you might see that might be a bit more vivacious. You're kind of just like, all right, I'm here. I'm just doing whatever I got to do.
Yeah, so I think we've both seen each other in both of those states, right? And because I get that all the time, I'm this happy-go-lucky person that is constantly expected to be happy all the time, cracking jokes and whatnot. But like the moment that I'm stressed out from work, someone notices it and they're like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm just, not always happy to be here."
I see.
And so I think that's what I was probably seeing in you at first.
You know what? I see what you're saying. Because here's my game plan. And now that makes sense. I set the bar low. So that way I don't need to rise to the occasion. I can stay here so you think this is my normal. So when I do surprise you, you're like, oh my God, that was so great. I'm like, yeah, there you go. Now I'm going to go back to here. So you appreciate that.
That's great.
Smart. Because if you're always happy, people always expect you to be happy.
Yeah.
And then it's exhausting if you have a day where you're like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. So I'm like, what's wrong? Nothing. Shit. Maybe I just want to smile today. Fuck.
Yeah.
But if I'm always just like, nah, I'm good. This is it. And this is the relaxing state for me. I don't have to exert myself. So when I do exert myself, people appreciate it more because we hardly see that. So it's like then you're gonna like it a lot more.
Because I've seen you, like in general, like not even when you just like when you've looked intimidating in that sense. I've seen you naturally just kind of stoic. You're just doing your own thing and like not really feeling the need to have to put your input in a conversation or you're just working. You're just existing, as opposed to the way that I was nurtured. I always felt like I had to be like funny ever since I cracked my first joke and I became addicted to that response of a burst of laughter. I always felt like, oh, I want this all the time. And then that was how, especially meeting strangers, it's a nervous tick to try to crack jokes and whatnot. And so you're put on that pedestal of like, this is a joke cracker, right? And so
I think they're called comedians.
Look at that goddamn joke cracker over there.
My favorite joke cracker, Dave Chappelle. He's the best at cracking jokes.
Cracking jokes. I like that.
okay, yeah, comedian.
I never noticed that until he said that. I was like, okay, joke cracker. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Bro.
So you're a joke cracker at a young age. Keep going.
Yeah, and so I think I've always been expected to do that, and like, you know, being a singer and like always singing when I'm out and about. That like once I'm just hit with a slight amount of discomfort, it's this weird thing to a lot of people. And so you're playing it smart. How, yeah, you set this baseline so that every single time that you are high energy,
perform above that baseline, it's received way more because they don't get it as much. It's a treat.
Yes.
But if you always get the treat, it's not a treat anymore.
Yeah. Man, you are. Did it take you a while to figure that out? Like, how were you when you were?
No, he trained a puppy.
I was like, no to treats. Jesus, Eureka.
You're like handing it to him. Wait a minute.
I'm the treat.
I'm the tree. I'm the tree. Lightning crashes over above you.
Yeah.
No, but yes.
Yeah, how were you like growing up? Because like I've known you for maybe like 2 years now.
Yeah.
But like, how were you before?
Quite the opposite.
Like I knew you grew up with a bunch of women. Like, tell me about like what grade school was like and like how you became you.
I was literally the opposite. I was literally the guy who always tried to do the most. Like I always try to vie for attention because I felt like I needed to. Because this stems back to me not having a father figure. Not to say that my mom raising me didn't teach me, but there's certain things that from a guy's perspective, you won't get from a young lady's perspective, from a woman's perspective, because those are two separate facets, two separate perspectives. And so I was going about things thinking, well, maybe I need to, I see guys that, I looked up to at school or here and there and this and the third, they act like this, maybe I got to act like that. And then with that, a lot of those guys were like, they were funny or they were this or that. And so I try to do that. And I try to be like all these things. And then after some point, I was like, I don't like doing that. It's too much. Like, I don't feel natural. I feel like I'm trying to fit in as opposed to just being myself. And then when I got comfortable with myself, which is, I would say like around junior year, where I had just had a giant fuck it just come out of me. And I was like, nah, I'm over this. I got much more comfortable into my energy, which was kind of just like the whole like, you know what, this is me.
Yeah.
And you can get that reaction if I feel, and this might sound like cocky, but I don't mean it for it to come out that way. It's like I give the energy when I feel like it's earned. I'm not just going to give you my energy just to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to be nice to you. I'm just going to be super cool or super this. Why?
Yeah.
That's exhausting. Not everyone doesn't deserve the best version of you. People earn that, just like, if you have to put in work to just always be at your best, and now you can just give it willy-nilly to everybody, that's exhausting because then everybody's going to take a piece and a piece and a piece and a piece. It's like, no, this is a very coveted thing. And once I realized like who I was like, no, this is my energy, my state of mind, my existence, my peace, my happiness. This is coveted. And if you want a piece of that, you have to earn your way in. And then when I feel like you deserve that, then yeah, you get it. Like Christian, like whenever we used to chop it up at work, I was like, oh, you're a solid guy. You're not that. And not to take away from anyone else, like young man over there, he's a solid guy. But I was like, there's a lot of assholes that we work with. There's a lot of assholes.
Yes.
And so I'm like, I'm not going to give you any of my energy. I'm not going to give you anything because you don't deserve anything other than what you give me. And if you want to be a dick, I can be a much bigger dick. Yeah. The only difference is when you want to be a good person and I feel like you're giving that energy to me, oh yeah, you're going to get that version of me. 1,000%. And that's why with you, like, I've never been in a bad mood with you. I'm always like, yo, what's up, Chris Cross? We talk shit, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. But I'm not like that with everybody. Yeah. Everybody isn't going to be like, why you get a nickname, this, and the third? No, fuck you. Simple as that. And so, so it's just like,
wow.
You have to just be in terms with yourself and be like, who am I? And am I comfortable with that? Yeah. Do I give a shit about how everyone else feels or perceives how I am with that? No. That has nothing to do with me. It's not going to deter me in any way, shape, or form.
And I think that's a healthy way to... You've really just opened up a few things in my mind right now because I've always had this battle of being too nice of a guy. And Alejandro has always been there to kind of be my compressor of like, hey, you shouldn't be that nice. And so like now that like I'm more of a developed adult, I know better to not always have to be nice, that you don't always have to be chipper.
No.
And you saying that not everyone deserves the best version of you makes the best version of you more valuable.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And it keeps your peace intact because then now you're not exhausting yourself always trying to be this best version for someone else you could really give two shits about.
Yeah. Just
for that moment so you can be like, did they like me? And then they go home, they probably don't give a shit about you, but you're just trying to appease to them, but they're not doing anything else to reciprocate that energy to you. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
That's like always yielding to someone else on the street. Like, no, I got somewhere to go too, player. You can yield.
I gotta stop yielding
Fuck
on
out,
the street.
Right?
You do.
I'm hitting 60 the whole way there. I was like, sorry, I guess we're crashing.
Let me
It's
speed
different
up
for me.
you.
I'm an
Yeah.
Asian
Speed
driver.
up. I guess I'm gonna speed up. Like, no.
Good luck, everyone.
Right? Sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just like life. Life is your journey, bro. Like, fuck everyone else. Like, this is your road.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
we intersect, now we can figure that out. But
Yeah.
if this is my road, the fuck I care about you.
Yeah.
In the most respectful way. Like, I'm not gonna be out here like fuck you, like being a fucking psychopath. But just like, if you have whatever it is in your mindset and you have a goal, a focus, a passion, whatever, anyone else's perspective or opinion should not matter.
Yeah.
At all. Because at the end of the day, it's you that sleeps, it's you that wakes back up, and it's you that has to deal with that. Yeah. Your peace, your state of mind, your exhaustion, your happiness. Like this podcast, once you turn that off, you have to worry about that. You guys. No one else. We just listen, we consume it, and we go about our fucking day. You know what I'm saying? And that's how life is too. You're the one who has to sleep with it. So if it's something you can wake up with and be like, I'm okay with that, then fucking do it. Like, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yes.
And that's such an amazing feeling when you get that fuck it in your system. You're like, let me crack a can of fuck it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the mood with anybody's shit today. And you can just go through life without having to worry about, what did this person think? What did this person think? I don't give a shit what they thought.
That's a
I'm
beautiful
just going to do
thing.
my shit.
That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And if we have an impasse, we can talk about it. And if not, go on the fuck with your day.
Boom. And that's that healthy communication that needs to occur, but
people
still
don't.
you being true to yourself and how you
got to.
and how you tread along life. And I've told Alejandro this before, and like how I am starting to develop that kind of fuck it mentality and not having to be nice all the time and not caring about what others think of me, but with the caveat that the only people that whose perception of me I do care about are those that I care about too.
Fair.
I want my mom to not only think that I'm a good person, but to know that I am a good person and to witness me being a good person right there and then.
Right.
Or with all my good friends that I love dearly and family members, I want them to I care about what they think.
Right.
But you're right. For people that don't deserve it, for strangers that are being assholes, that you owe nothing to,
Nothing.
you don't have to exert that energy. Yeah, you could be. This is where I get not some trouble, but like I think a balance of it is that the most energy nowadays I will exert to being nice to a stranger is like a transaction at cash wrap for someone who's working when I'm just buying some stuff. There's nothing wrong with cracking a quick joke or like just like asking how someone's day is authentically.
Sure.
And or saying hi to someone like passing by, they smile at you. But I do get what you're saying where you don't have to be excessive about it.
Like, if it doesn't burden you, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But if you have to go out of your way, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. If I
Yes.
have to go out of my way to appeal to you,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. I'm not gonna run across the street to like shake someone's hand.
Fucking do the marathon for you while you barely have to get off the starting block.
Yeah.
What? No.
It seems like you've learned a way to be yourself and live life in a way that is authentic to you. Is that because like you've experienced a lot of stuff that forced you to just pave your own way and learn?
Yeah, that's safe to say. And plus, I got a daughter, so
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
like,
Congratulations, man.
yeah, and so that perspective is also like, no, all the fuck ups I did, I'm able to kind of like sift through it, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
Cheese grate, get to the finer points, and be like, this is what I want. These are the good qualities. Get rid of the trash.
Yeah.
I went through that. I figured out what didn't work. Let's keep the stuff that did work and put them over here in this corner, and I'm feed it to you.
Yeah.
And so it's as simple as that. It's just like going through life, those experiences, they're wanted and they're warranted because they help you kind of carve out your boundaries. Because if you don't go through adversity, you'll never kind of figure out what it is that you're looking for, right? Like that amazing J. Cole verse, cold under pressure makes diamonds. If that is not the truest sentiment, because you'll never know your real self unless you're put into some adversity, into some position where pressure is applied in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a large scale or small scale. But uncomfortableness, growth happens on the other side of discomfort, because you can't really grow if you're in the same space.
Yeah.
You're comfortable in that space. But if you're outside of that, and I've been put into a lot of positions that made me mad uncomfortable. But I was like, either I fucking fail or I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fucking fail. Like, you guys could have failed with this podcast. You're like, well, I don't know how to do this. This is it. You could have made any excuse you wanted. But you were like, no, we're going to figure this shit out. And now you guys are fucking, I can't be that bad with the neon signs and shit, fucking balling, So it's just like,
Thanks, Steve.
Same thing, same
Yeah.
perspective. It's just
Yeah.
like, sink or swim. You're in a hard position. Either you figure it out or you don't. Life is very simple. It's either yes or no, left or right. All that gray stuff, that's cute and all, but it all comes down to a simple decision. Either you do or you don't.
Yeah.
And you choose whether you want to do it or you don't. Simple as that. Then you go about your day. Yeah.
I'm getting better at like dealing with my own mistakes. I've always been this kind of a very self-critical, being like an entertainer like our entire lives. We're very self-critical with ourselves, very self-conscious and very insecure, which is why we perform, right? I think we seek validation in areas that we
normal,
lack, right? It
That's
is
normal. You're if you're an artist, you're gonna want some sort of validation because you're giving this to people. You're like, hey, see what I'm doing, acknowledge it, because that's what I'm making this for. I'm creating this content so people can see it and they can say, oh, it's good. And you're like, yeah, it's good. Yes. That's the whole point of, you're not going to be in a room cracking jokes to yourself. I'm funny. I'm hilarious. No, because then you would just keep it to yourself. You wouldn't be doing this podcast if you just wanted to keep it to yourself. You're trying to get it out there so that people can see it. So that makes fucking sense.
I do want to say that's the first thing I disagree with. I make a lot of jokes for myself.
Go ahead.
Only. Like, I
If
would
you
say
laugh, good for you. But this is for me.
maybe about 80% of the jokes that I make are solely just for me. And then like people will laugh with them like, oh, cool.
That's what's up.
Cool.
That's what's up.
I imagine you cooking shiitake mushrooms with like your hand on your hip and be like, that's fucking funny.
With the apron on, like this, no
apron on.
shirt on. That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Someone will get it. Someone will laugh.
Yeah.
No, but everything you're saying is incredibly and on the nose and incredibly correct for people who are interested in making themselves feel validated in their own aspects, right? But from the way that I see comedy, and from the way that like I said, the only thing I disagree with is like all of my jokes are for me.
That's fair.
Because I'm the only person who I care if laughs.
That's fair.
It has to come from there.
My
I
friend-
think initially, I think that's a good foundation.
My friends know who I am and when I'm joking and when I'm not. And the people who don't know when I'm joking, then fuck them. They either don't know me well enough to know when I'm joking, or they've never taken the time to get to know me. And in which case, it's no skin off my back. It goes back to that.
Touché.
I don't need to waste that time with it.
Right.
I'm very much of a Christian would say manipulator. Because like one of the only like I'm very transparent in like understanding that this person may not like me and I may not like this person, but there's something that this person has that I will eventually need, and so for that I will take care of it. And I understand that it is not necessarily the best way to handle it or necessarily the most upfront way to do it, but it's upfront in the fact where I'll be like, look, hey, we may not be friends, but I know you have a radio show and I have a podcast, and eventually we're gonna have to help each other out, so let's just keep it cordial and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah. When's your birthday?
May 14th.
I would have guessed you were a Leo based on what you were saying.
No. My sister's a Leo, and my sister and I, we grew up very close to each other. So I probably picked up a lot of those qualities. But she's prideful. I'm very stubborn. So it's kind of like those two are very.
You're a Taurus.
I'm a Taurus. Two sides of the same coin, more or less.
They very much are. I am a, not to get too woo-woo with it, but I'm a Leo is my birth sign, but I am a Taurus rising. So my mother is a Taurus, and I think that's where I get a lot of my stubbornness from. If any of this shit means anything. But the other part of it is like, when you grow up and you're learning these aspects about you, I mean, I don't want anybody, I've said this in a couple episodes in the past too, I don't want people not to like me unless I want them not to like me. Right? Because if you don't like me and you don't know me, then there's something amiss here. Then clearly you're the asshole. Because like I said, I can make anybody like me, and I can make anybody not like me. And it's a matter of who I want to like me and who I don't want to like me, because I'm so maybe arrogant in myself that I keep my circle tight. And like I remember growing up in school, they would always tell us, treat people how you want to be treated. And I always inherently did not like that, because I didn't like that I had to treat people some way even if they didn't treat me well. And then as I got older, I learned the phrase, no, it's not treat people how you want to be treated. It's treat people how they treat you. And that's how I've lived my life for a solid 15 years now. I've been treating people how they treat me, and you know what? It's okay.
I didn't get that treatment. I've treated you so nice the first few years, and you were like a fucking bully.
I said the last 15 years.
I've known you within those 15 years, you fuck.
Yeah. Okay, last 5 years.
You're getting into the specifics.
Yeah, you're splitting hairs, You're splitting hairs, Christian. That's not what we're here.
Relax.
We're here talking about the civil liberties of Uganda. Okay, let's. Anyways, no, I do think like. At least I'm upfront with the fact that I do these things, and like I wear masks, and I tell people that I wear masks because I'm an actor and I'm a magician and I'm a comedian and I'm a liar, and you can always trust a liar to tell you that he's a liar because he has no reason to lie about that.
That's deep. You're an interesting individual, bro.
I'm the only one you'll meet like me.
Nah, touche. Okay. He's a very interesting contrast to you. Like it's a vastly
completely
very different.
Almost everything is very different.
So it throws me off. Like, how did this happen?
Do you want to go? Because we have like
you guys
different ways of
are
telling the story.
Vastly different. Because how you went about everything was almost completely polar opposite to what he just said.
Yeah.
Him and I have a lot in common from what he was just saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because a lot of what he says could come off as asshole-ish.
Yes, it does.
But depending on the lens that you have when you hear it, you're like, no, I see what he's saying. Like, I completely understand it because I'm like, I see and I think the same way he thinks. And I'm like, no, he's just being matter of fact and very frank. He's not
Yes.
he's not bullshitting.
Yes.
He's just like, I'm gonna get straight to the point. And I know what I need to do to maneuver in this society because society was structured in this way. So I know how I have to maneuver,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And it's interesting because you're such a nice guy and you're a nice guy, but you're a dick.
you. I am.
But
No.
it's just like,
Thank you.
We balance each other out.
yeah, and it's legitimately like a balanced yin and yang thing. But yeah, go into the story. Like, how did this happen? Because that's a fascinating dichotomy you guys have right now.
Well, it's before going into that story. Yes, we are each other's compressors, right?
Yeah.
I lower his high highs and I heighten his low lows, right? Type of thing, because as beautiful as it is that we do have that dichotomy, we do sometimes bleed into the outliers of the spectrum where it's just too much. Christian, you're too nice. Alex, you're too much of a dick. But like meshed together, we kind of reach this reasonable medium. And so we found that out in like a very, like, not even in a forced fashion. We just kind of realized it. I moved to Benicia in the 7th grade. I had no friends. Everyone thought I was foreign and from the Philippines. And he was kind of like this kid that I think you were seeking attention and some like love in
course.
middle school. And so he threw me under the bus so that I would be...
That's how it works, right? That's like the hierarchy scale, bro.
Yeah.
You pick on the weakest kid.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
rise
Yes, I'm
up.
not the weird one.
No, everyone does that, bro. Yeah.
And so he spread this rumor about me, having been from the Philippines, telling people that I'm just learning English. So I have people coming up to me, talking to me
Jesus.
very slowly. People are like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm good. I'm good.
The best part about all of this is, let's fast forward 5 years to senior year, where I've re-brought that rumor around, being like, hey guys, remember in middle school when Christian first moved here and he didn't know any English? And people are like, holy shit, yeah, he did have a really heavy accent. He doesn't have it at all anymore. No, he had barely.
I didn't have an
That
accent.
is suggestive.
And people would be, oh, I'm gaslighting the fuck out of people before it even was a thing. Christian's over here like, yeah, thanks for complimenting my English. Like,
Like what?
Never been an accent, but what are we talking about?
Yes, I do like it here.
wow.
Yeah, like how do you like
Full
it
enunciations. Like, no, I know what the fuck I'm saying.
here? Yeah,
What are we
I
doing?
know exactly how to speak. English is my first language type of thing. And so through that, we were on each other's radars. Like we were friends in high school.
we always had mutual friends, that's for sure.
For sure that there have been a few times where he pissed me off. One time, I think I was opening my locker, I took my lunch out of it, and you took it from me, and you made me chase you.
He's told the story multiple times, and I'm so sorry. I have no memory of that.
And that don't act like I'm gonna forgive you because
No.
you don't remember that.
I know. I'm not asking
makes
for
me
forgiveness.
more angry.
It does. It should. It
was a
should. And it
pastrami
makes me-
sandwich.
And it makes me. That's actually a little too specific. Now you might be lying.
It was what?
But no. That tells me though is like I did so much shit to you at one point where I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing, and so that's what that story tells me. Is that's
Yes.
what that. But we grew up quite a bit, and I think no matter what happened, despite all of the friction that me and Christian had, we always understood the other person was incredibly talented. I never once for a second, since the second I met Christian, well, maybe because I didn't know you sung at first, but from the second I knew Christian as a person, I never once doubted his talent and his creativity and his passion.
Real quick, if you mind me tapping into that part, when did you get to know him on that level, right?
Yeah, probably when we first started doing improv together, when we first
Even
started.
before that, there is this. So we were both raised Catholic, and we have Catholic families, and they made us do CCD, which is like a Sunday school.
Okay.
And so, and then we went on this like retreat, and we didn't know other people there that well, but we knew each other. And we were
so
friends.
you kind of banded
Enough.
with each other like that because you're familiar.
Yeah. So we spent like a weekend with each other, and then like it was that type of thing where everyone brings a sleeping bag, and we lay it on the floor in this gym, this emptied out gym, and he had no one else to like sleep next to, and so like we stayed up,
You guys are
and he was just like,
bunkmates.
"Hey, do
Bunky.
you want to play a game?" And I was like, "Do I want to play a game?"
This sounds awful sketch in the middle of the night. Hey, little boy, you want to play a game?
Catholic church.
At a treasure retreat. At a treasure retreat.
Catholic church.
I'm
not Catholic
Not too
anymore.
far. It's not too far.
And so he was the game was, do you want to tell me your deepest darkest secrets? And so like we just confided in each other and throughout that weekend?
I didn't have a lot of people to confide in at the time. I'm not trying to diminish it at all, but like I think the reason why I brought it up in that moment was because I didn't have a lot of friends who I felt like I could confide in, and like you said, talking to Christian, I always felt a really good connection with him. So in that moment, I was a little vulnerable and a little scared and homesick, and I just wanted to share my deepest, darkest secret with somebody who I didn't think would tell anybody else.
What was your secret?
That I smoked pot for the first time.
That's all it was.
Now it's so trivial, but at the time it was very scary.
Right.
And then the improv team, and then the rest was history. The high school improv team. Yeah.
Copy. Okay, so it was that moment of vulnerability where you both were like,
that's
finding each other.
That's for you. I guess that's when you kind of started to accept me, I think.
Oh, yeah, I became more partial to him because it's the whole...
Partial. Like that.
It's the
I'll
whole...
tell you which partial later.
I was like, that's a very interesting term. Yeah.
It's the fact that I'm getting to know the real him. There's something... I feel special knowing that I get to see him when he's not in that character. Where he's not trying to like get people to like him. He's the person. Wow. I'm the person that he could come to just tell me how it is, no filter, and he knows that there's no consequence that I'm gonna accept.
He can be his genuine self around.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And now like it is, I do feel kind of special now that when we're in public spaces and I see him put on a certain demeanor because he is putting on that character.
That is interesting.
And so I have that in, and so there's something I do appreciate about that. And then like there's something, and that there's layers to our friendship where I get to see him grow and like love himself more, where it's less of a character and it's more authentic when he's in situations and whatnot. And so there's something about that. And on the other end of the spectrum, I'm just a likable guy, so he likes me.
It was fucking awesome.
I could take advantage of him, and then he got skinny, and then now I just don't know. He just can't get rid of me now. Right. I'm like a bad fungus. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're like athlete's foot.
Can't get rid of me, baby. Okay. I mean, no, Christian's a great guy. I've learned so much from you. I mean, I feel like the last 2 minutes were you just talking and blowing me up, but the truth of the matter is, like, you know, we teach each other a lot. Yeah. And there's a lot of aspects of Christian that I envy and admire, and I think rightly so there's aspects of myself that you envy and admire. But at the end of the day, we don't wish we were the other person. We just respect the other person.
Appreciate.
We appreciate the other person, because I could never do Christian the way Christian does Christian, and I don't think Christian could do Alejandro the way I do Alejandro.
Right.
But I wouldn't be Alejandro without Christian, and I would like to say he wouldn't be Christian without Alejandro. Yeah. So
it can't be that.
Do you have your own? You say you reside more with Alejandro. You connect with him in terms of how you are.
We share a lot of similarities.
Do you have your own Christian that you kind of like bounce off with, like a best
Well, he's
friend?
Baptist, but yeah.
My best friend Austin. I've known him.
It's a great name,
right? Sounds like a best friend.
Shout out Austin.
Shout out to young Winston. I've known him for 20 years, literally since like middle school, and I knew he works out now, so he's like massive, and I knew him. He was like fucking a walking Tootsie Roll or Tootsie Pop, bro. It was wild, skinny little thing, big head. I was like, what is happening here, dog? And it's fascinating because I was, like how I said earlier, I was always a super nice guy, and I learned to be a dick because I was like, being nice isn't gonna get me what I need. I have to be a dick to protect my energy. And he was always naturally like a dick, but he was nice when the time came.
Needed to be.
And so I kind of learned that, and I was like, that resonates with me so much more, which is why when I kind of go back to the other stuff, when I was trying to figure out how to be X, Y, and Z, because I didn't know. And so when I saw that, I was like, that resonates with me so much. And I was like, because that's what I'm trying to do. I just was chasing all this other stuff because I didn't have like a good idol. I didn't have a good... Not idle, excuse me. I didn't have a good perspective of like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. I didn't have that vantage point. So to a certain extent, he's like the brother I never had. Yeah. That I was like, I appreciate you for being around, because I was doing some dumb shit. And
don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned earlier about the idea of like, you know, I don't want to be happy and go lucky for everybody, because I want the people who get it to understand. Like,
you understand. Yeah.
So for me, like, I think in my aspect, the way I quantified that in my brain is like, you know, I don't want to be nice to everybody, because when I'm nice to certain people, I want them to understand, you know, that I really care about these people.
You're special.
Really do that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, I'm a fairly crass person and a fairly abrasive personality, and I know that, and I kind of depend on that. So that's why when people, one of my favorite moments when I get to know people is them being like, you know what, you're kind of nice, and I'll almost always respond with, yeah, but don't tell anybody. All right, let's just keep this. It's just me and you. Like, yeah, it's just can't have people knowing this shit. You know what I mean?
Do you think the way that you grew up trying to be other things to impress other people, do you think that has some sort of psychological background as to why you pursue acting and why you're good at acting? Because you're used to trying to be someone else.
No, that was an escape. Music and acting was an escape. Because of what I had to go through, that was an escape. Felt straight up. Yeah. I was like, there was a lot going on. Long story short, my dad having Alzheimer's, having to feel like I had to be the dad when I'm like fucking 12 or 7, that's a lot. And I'm like, there's moments where I'm like, I still don't really know how to do it. And I'm just like, but I've been so accustomed to going through it that I learned by fucking up and then just figuring it out. And then having my older sisters and my mom, all of us just learning by fucking up. And then we learn together and go, okay, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. Now we kind of get an idea. Now we're flowing. Now there's something going. But it's just like, no, I was just like, this is my way of resetting, turning off that person, and I can just be this free-flowing, whoever I want to be person in this state without having to worry about responsibilities, ramifications, issues, X, Y, and Z. I don't want to worry about that. I just want to be this person, just speak and say and do whatever I felt because I couldn't. I didn't have the time to. Didn't have the luxury to. Yeah. Because life was just like, nope, sorry. Fucking my shit up all the time.
One right after another.
One after the
other.
Other.
Yeah.
And it was trash. Like, whether it was like I broke my leg or my fucking dad passing away and then us, like, and here's some fucked up shit. So I don't know how deep we can get on this podcast.
Get as deep as you'd like.
Yeah. And the thing was like, I was so mad at my dad for years, bro. Like I just went to my dad's grave 2 years ago and I finally cried. Never cried. I was always just like, no, because I couldn't. I didn't have the time to do it. I was like, I have to be here because if I'm not here, who's going to be in the space for me? No one else. I was like, my mom has so much on her shoulders, I can't. My sisters have so much on their shoulders, I can't. I have to do that. I have to bear it. And I was like, I was so mad at him for the longest. Like, it was his fault to develop dementia. Like, he was like, oh, I'll take dementia for $20. No. It was just like, bad joke, I'm sorry.
No, honestly, that's a great joke. That's incredible.
$20? I felt it was great, too. But I was just like,
that's cheap, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was cheap. Okay, yeah. But I was like, it's just, I didn't have the luxury because I was so pissed. I was just so pissed off because I was like, I couldn't do the stuff I wished I could have done as a kid, you know, watching like fucking other boys fish with their dads. I was like, I can't do that. I have to watch mine, you know. I have to make sure he doesn't walk out the house or like attack us or some wild shit, you know. It was just like, and so I was always so pissed off. And music or acting, whatever the case, music at that point, because that's what I was pursuing at the point, that was my escape. That was where I can just go and just vent and just say what was on my mind and not have to worry about this person or that person or what's my dad doing, what's my mom doing, this and that. I can just be. And so when I finally just let that go, bro, like I felt way better because I didn't realize how much it affected me until I cried. Like when I went to his grave, bro, when he passed away that day in the grave, I didn't cry, not a single tear. When I heard he passed away, the week leading into it, not a single tear. I was just stoic. I felt nothing. Literally, I felt nothing because I was so conditioned to not feel anything. Mm-hmm. And then when I finally sat with that at his grave, it just all came up and I was just losing my shit, bro. Losing my shit. Screaming, yelling, pissed off. And now I'm like, I'm good because I'm like, man, like I know it wasn't your fault, but fuck, it was hard. You made it really hard for us, Dad. And I really wish you could have been around. And so I just try to move in a way where I'm like, I want to be the guy that he could have been like, I'm proud of that guy. And even being that dad now for my daughter. And even just for myself, you know what I'm saying? To be like, I want to be the kind of person I've always wanted in my corner. And so I work to be that person. It's hard, but I'm like, I can do it because I've been through so much more. This isn't a fucking problem. I can do that. And that's my soapbox. Boom.
Dude, that's a lot, man.
No, I totally get that. I feel it on the sense of, you know, like I'm an uncle. I have a niece and a nephew, and I remember telling my brother and his wife, you know, I really want to be the uncle that I wish I had. I don't think any of my uncles are listening, so I have no problem saying this. But like, I want to be the uncle that I never had. You know, one reason, and nothing against him. Like, we lived far away from most of my family, right. But and whatever. So I always wanted to be an uncle like that. And I remember telling Christian one time, you know, I didn't get them a Christmas present or something. And I remember my rationalization to it was like, oh, well, uncles don't buy Christmas presents fucking anyways, right? That's what uncles do. They don't buy That's what uncles don't do. They don't buy Christmas presents. That's stupid. And Christian and a couple other friends, I think the girl I was seeing at the time was like, no, uncles buy presents. Like, and then they hang out and stuff like that. And they'll go to your soccer games and shit. I'm like, oh, I never had that experience. Maybe that's why my quantification for doing it is like, oh, well, that's just what uncles, that's all I know. But the truth of the matter is I want to be a better uncle than what I had. Version, right. And I hope that I am. I think it's worth always striving to being better. It's one of those things that I don't think anybody should attain. But yeah, I mean, I think the lack of love that we wish we had as children is how we express love as adults.
Yeah, it fuels you.
For sure.
It fuels you because it's that area that you're compensating for to a certain extent. Like me not having a dad, I used to look for stuff to fill that void. And it was some dumb shit. And it was just like, now that I'm aware, it's like now I know how to give it because I was seeking it for so long.
For sure. You can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't pour from an empty cup. Verbatim. Boom. Right there. Facts. Yeah. 1,000%. So if I can go back in time, I'd be like, don't do that. Like, just all you need to do is just sit in this. And
this guy pours from a pretty low cup. He could fill his own cup a little bit more. Honestly, bro. Like, that's why I love you so much, man. But you pour your cup out so much.
Give.
You do. You sit under the river for a little bit, bro. Let that cup fill up. I know.
I know. I mean, but this is why you got this guy to balance you out. You got to have those conversations to be like, hey, it's okay to just be and not have to worry about everybody else. Allow you that space, that grace to just have yourself, being yourself.
Yeah, and truly, like I've said, you know, you've taught me so much. I'm finally in a point in my life where, and I don't want to like brag or nothing, but I feel like my cup is fairly full and overflowing-ish to the point where I want to help other people and do stuff that makes me feel good and help other people feel good. And like I wouldn't have been in this place 2-3 years ago if I wasn't seeing somebody like you so willing and so dedicated to making sure everyone's cup is full.
Yeah.
You know, so, real quick, guys, can we clap up the full cups?
Full cup thing was great.
Full cups, baby.
Full cups is great.
Clap up the full cups.
Your cup should be at like a 98%, almost always. Yeah.
Solid 98. Keep it underneath that fridge. Always get that water coming in.
You need a little bit more. You need a little bit to drive, but then you don't need a whole 100%. That's gluttonous.
Whenever you try to replenish other people's cups, use a syringe and calculate it.
Ooh, okay. I think you're taking it a different way.
Well, you know, I thought the whole.
But no, I can respect it because it's just like
you guys are in you guys like save lives. I don't. I'm an idiot. I work in sales.
Man. It's cool. Hey, man, I like that because it's those sales that you were selling those pitches with us, man.
I'm a customer service man.
You know but I get you on the syringe because it's just like, you know, that way you could be very specific.
How much calculated
you want to give, right? Pipette, right? You're like,
before
you know what?
I was just dumping.
Yeah, you was just like
dumping.
Yeah.
Have my water.
Over here, 70-30 ratios. I'm like, hey, Blaine, let's look 50-50. Nah, don't worry about it. He's thirsty.
I like to sip other people's cups sometimes and then be like, I don't like that, but thanks. And
I think I've seen you spit in other people's cups before.
A couple of people deserve it.
Oh, absolutely. I 1,000% agree. I knock people's cups over. Fucking shit.
Yeah. And give me that cup. My cup now.
And I think that's one of my biggest issues. I'm learning to stop being petty. I'm petty.
It's easy to get. I'm learning to get a little petty.
Yeah,
get a little petty.
Look at you, bro.
It's honestly so good. It's so great. When Christian like kind of bees a little bit of a dick, it makes me so happy because
you're such a nice guy.
And it comes back to me. And I know it really has nothing to do with me, but because I'm a narcissist, I bring everything back to me. I just think to myself,
I did that.
I taught him that.
I can tell. He was like, yeah, I did that. It's a little bit me in there.
Christian never would have done that before. Real quick, I know this is running long, but I do want to talk about one story with Christian when he was too nice. Yeah. And I use this story all the time. I don't actually think I've ever brought it up on the podcast, maybe earlier on. But we took, I was briefly in college for a very short amount of time. And we took a class together, a script writing class together.
Yeah.
And the teacher didn't even take roll. She just wanted us to like sign in. And so Christian gets up to go sign in and me being me.
I know what you're talking about.
I didn't want to get up. So I said, Christian, go sign me in on the list. And he goes, okay, sure. So he's walking up to go sign in. He's the first person to get to the desk to sign his list. And instead of just signing our names and coming back to the desk to talk to me, he lets everybody in the line behind him go. Do you want to go ahead? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you? Yeah, sure. Come on. He's like writing everyone else's signature pretty much. And then I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, write your fucking name, Christian. Write your goddamn name. Write my fucking name. Come back here and sit down. Let's make fun of people. Like you're being too nice. You're letting everybody walk all over you. You're a doormat, Christian.
That's a good example. I see that.
Two things. So that's pretty analogous to like I'd be the guy that would be stuck holding the door open because I'm trying to let one person in, and then you see someone from the distance. And you're like, I could wait 5 more seconds.
Literally handed the pen from person to person.
Boom. Literally.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that's super nice, bro.
Point number 2,
Okay.
single at the time, getting up from my chair. You get to show off your outfit.
Hey!
It was when he was wearing
Looking
suits and he was working. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
this was like newly.
Oh, this is skinny
New
Christian.
Christian, new
So I'm
Christian.
learning.
And maybe
this
why
is
it made me
like
so
a
upset
socialite.
was because he was changing, and I was like knowing I was losing my grasp, and it's like that 38 Special song. It's like you got to hold on loosely, but if you cling too tight, you're gonna lose control.
Yeah,
You
man.
are something else.
Hey, you know what?
Crazy
you know,
references.
You know what I love? I love the transparency. I love how it's not like a trying to hide. And he's like, no, that's what it was. And we've come to terms where it's like, yeah, it's cool.
We've talked about
Yeah,
it.
I would say the transparency. I'm just like, oh, that's what's up.
We've talked about it all.
We literally like try not to keep secrets with each other, even like if we're texting each other and it's even just like 1% passive aggressive. One of us will call it out and be like, "Are you mad because I said this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, why'd you say that?" And it'll be
That's
like,
super fucking healthy, though,
I
bro.
don't like when you call me that.
That's so
it's
healthy.
Actually, we've never said that,
No
but you know what
But
I
I
mean.
get the gist. Yeah, that's super healthy because it's like you got to do stuff like that because it's like we're conditioned in society to just be like, it's like no. And then when you next thing you know, you hate that fucking person for no fucking reason. They're breathing. You're like, are you still alive? Shut up. But yeah, like that. That's fucking healthy, bro.
Yes.
That
We've tried.
that is amazing.
It's the healthiest relationship I've ever had,
Goddamn
honestly.
right, bro.
I can't say the same.
like
I'm still in a
future girlfriend's
relationship and
Larry.
like that caused conflict. You guys could duke it out though.
What?
She's just going for knee punches,
Right? I'm up here.
right? Shipping it
Shout
down.
out to my 4'11" girlfriend.
Oh, for reals? 4 foot
Yeah,
11?
that's actually
4'11",
yeah.
2 more inches, she could get a handicap placard.
Last week I got her a set of stilts and she got mad at me because it only made her 5'6".
It's not true. It's not true. If you got anyone's stilts, waste them.
Oh, bro, I couldn't tell because you're so serious. I was like, what just happened? Is this serious?
Okay.
Okay, we got to get some air in this room.
Yeah, we'll get some air in this room. We still have a movie to talk about.
Oh, an
right.
incredible movie.
Yes,
Tell us
Baddies.
what movie we watched.
Huh?
What movie did we watch?
What movie did we watch this
For
week?
Thursday's episode.
Oh, yeah. Dragon Ball Evolution.
Dragon
Yep,
Ball
the
Evolution.
Oscar
Which-
award
I
winning.
don't know if you guys are aware, but that movie sparked an anime, a manga.
Shut
It
the fuck
sparked
up.
a whole bunch of
the fuck
toys.
up.
I
and-
can't allow you to
Shut the fuck
disrespect
up.
Dragon Ball Z.
No?
like that.
Shut the fuck
Is
up.
that not what started all of it?
Shut the
fuck
I'm
up.
so sorry.
Sir.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought this movie was so great. It would start such a great franchise. I'm so sorry.
I've done some research. There's a lot to talk about. Hard to finish the movie. Not gonna lie, but that's our job.
Very difficult.
This podcast is about defending
Very
bad
difficult.
movies, and boy, did we choose a bad one.
That's trash.
Yeah, Sharmaarke, thank you so much for joining us.
I want to
here
say it
today.
now. Sharmaarke, thank you for joining us.
Damn. I get Alejandro, bro?
Yeah, you can get him.
Yo,
Take him
man.
home with you. Take him, please. Take him.
Hey,
Take my wife, please.
take everything. No, honestly, I appreciate you guys for having me. This is legitimately super fun. I just feel like we're just having a conversation.
Hell yes,
And
man.
That's what's fun about
That's
it.
what podcasting
Yeah.
is.
That's what's fun about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys could find Sharmaarke at I am the real Sharmaarke.
Hey, there you go.
Now-
THE. As in case
I'll
people
put it
don't know
up
how to
right
spell
here
it.
if you're watching this on
Sorry.
YouTube.
That's how it works.
And yes,
And you can follow Christian at Christian Has Asthma.
yep. And you can follow Alejandro at Carl_me_Jesus.
And you can follow us at ICBTB
ICBTB
Podcast. Of course, you can drop us a message, something on our website, ICBTB.com.
That's
Check
right.
out our merch. We also have tickets for our show in the Radio City Hall. That's right, guys. We're going to be performing in RKO in New York. So check us out. That'll be followed by our Carnegie Hall expedition. Oh, hang on a second. Nope, I'm having a stroke. We're not doing either of those things. But we will have a show on Thursday, guys. Check us out. That's all I got.
Yeah, and be sure to tune in to Pick a Side, dropping
Yes.
in theaters near you. Where is it? Where can we find it? And like, it's at the end of July
it's
is when it
streaming.
drops.
Well, here's the thing. It's going to be pitched on a streaming service.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's going to be. I don't know if I can speak on it yet. Let me find out. If I
Well,
can speak
wait.
on it first.
But
Right.
when
completely
you do
fine.
find out, we would love to talk about
And
it on our show.
I appreciate that. That'd be great. But yeah, but the film in and of itself is going to be private showing. So unfortunately, people won't be able to see it. But when it comes out on streaming services, I'll definitely let you guys know.
Boom.
Please.
Everything that you need to know to find Sharmaarke will be down in the description section of this episode, wherever you are streaming this or watching this. Check it out. Give him a follow. Check out his stuff. If you are an aspiring creator, actor, or an entertainer of any sort, check out his stuff. It is extremely motivating, and he's a very talented individual.
And
Dude,
if you're a butcher or a grocer, or if you like to do hairstyles, check him out. He's multifaceted.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah, he's a multi-hyphenated entrepreneur. So.
all right, and shout out to my coworker Stephanos Adrian over here. He has just been chilling, and I know he talks so much, and he's so fucking loud.
Can't get this guy off the mic.
Nope. All right, y'all. Sharmaarke, say bye and sing us out.
It can't be that bad. Oh, it can't be that bad. Oh.